Hi guys, my name's Elliot Harlin Bethel and this channel is about energy healing, personal development and following my journey utilising various forms of fasting as a healing modality. And today I want to talk to you about a very powerful stage in human evolution in motion, if you will. So we're at some times at the moment where you have you're in a very powerful position. Duality, which means dual, it means two, it means to oppose, but it can also mean separation, is now being observed by many as oneness, because hot is also cold, just met in the middle. Light is also dark, but met in the middle. Positive is also negative, but met in the middle. And when you find this balance point, this 0 point energy, it's like standing on the middle of a seesaw. You can now choose to give your attention and energy to one thing, or you can choose to give your attention and energy to another thing. But ultimately where you place your attention is where your energy goes, and that creates your reality. So you might have seen the article I wrote yesterday, which says that the word corona in Latin means crown. Now, when you're born into this planet, this physical body, you enter this world through the room, through your head. It can be referred to as a crowning. Now, interesting enough, this point is our crown chakra, our crown energy point. Now, through emotions and thoughts, this is where we send out those emotions and thoughts out into the endless field of possibilities. Now, corona also means the aura or plasma that surrounds the sun and stars. You are a star in physical form, light embodied. Now, I'm going to quote a phrase from the Gospel of Thomas. If you haven't read the Gospel of Thomas or listened to it, there's versions of it on YouTube paired with 432 megahertz. I would guide you to listen to it. For me, it was the most enlightening gospel out of any of the Bibles. I'm not a religious person, but I got to a point in my awakening in my stage of evolution where I decided that because these books were put out there, I needed to view them from a higher perspective and understand the metaphors and parables behind them and see the patterns and work out what they meant to me. And the Gospel of Thomas was left out of the Bible, but it is known to be historically the oldest gospel out of all of the gospels. For me, many veils came down when I read it and understood it through my highest vibration that I had at the time, and still more comes through to me every time I read it, just like when I listen to or read the Emerald Tablets, which is known to be dated back 36,000 years before Christ. So there is a lot of parables and metaphors that are there for us to understand, but we need to be vibrating at a level to understand these symbols, metaphors and parables. And just by seeing them or reading them or listening to them, each time you do that, you understand them from a higher perspective, from a higher vibration or from a brighter level of understanding. So phrase 50 from the 144 phrases in the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus said, "If they say to you, 'Where did you come from?' say to them, 'We come from the light,' the place where the light come into being on its own accord and established itself and became manifest through their image." So you may have heard that we are connected to Source, we are God, we are the creators of our own reality, and that is my perception of this phrase. It then goes on to say, "If they say to you, 'Is it you?' say, 'We are its children, we are the elect of the living Father.' If they say to you or ask you, 'What is the sign of the Father in you?' say to them, 'It is movement and repose.'" You may have seen some of my previous videos where I say that we are all energy vibrating at a certain frequency. Vibration, frequency, movement and repose. So the beauty of this is we get to choose what energy vibrational frequency we put out and therefore draw back to us. We are an instrument that transmits that energy, vibration and frequency, and therefore has it returned to us. So if you're sending out thoughts and emotions of abundant joyfulness, abundant prosperity, and abundant health, wealth, and happiness, these will be returned to you. So we're at a 0 point right now. We got to this 0 point because enough people on the planet have now realized this and have come into their own knowing that where they place their attention, their energy goes, and whatever you feed your energy to grows. So this beautiful stage of evolution that we're at now, I guide you, and you have free will, to choose where you place your attention, to choose where your energy goes, to choose what you feed, which ultimately you create. You're connected to this source of light, and when you take time to utilize your spiritual side, I spent years neglecting my spiritual side and concentrating mainly on my physical, and therefore I went into a time of numbing myself with drugs, with alcohol, with sex, with various other things, which dissipates your energy in all these areas. Now, you've heard me say that addiction can be a superpower, because ultimately addiction with things like drugs and alcohol, place your attention on them and they create an emotion in you, because when you take drugs, it's a very powerful emotion, and therefore it recreates that. Because when you react to something, the reaction leads you to reenact the same events, environments, and circumstances until you learn that lesson. But when you take your power back from that, I'll do a whole nother video on this because it's a completely different subject. And I want to set up some series of playlists for breathwork, for addiction, for various other things. And that will be coming very soon on this channel. But today, what I would like to guide you towards is creating a catalyst to sending out a higher vibration, to shining brighter. Because when you do this, the events, circumstances, and environments around you change. And when a group of us, now I said beliefs, when you believe something enough and you embody it, that belief becomes like a building block in your temple. The access to this temple is here, the temple of the living God. When you believe something enough and you embody that belief, that becomes your personality. Now, when you create this personality in this temple, it creates your personal reality, because that is basically the vibrational frequency that you've embodied. That then sends out that frequency, and like a radio, when you tune into a certain frequency, that is what you receive. So you can change your beliefs just like the bricks in that temple when you know how to. And it's very, very easy. I've done plenty of videos on this. If you'd like more information, I can send you links. Please do comment in the comment section below. But it is because of enough people now realizing these veils have fallen for so many people now, that we're at a massive shift in consciousness. We've gone from that duality and we're now creating a consciousness of oneness. We're all connected. And when we use our enjoyment and our thoughts and emotions for the highest good, for the highest purpose, for the greatest number, by doing this, we not only raise our vibration, we not only shine brighter as our lights, but we make the thoughts, we make the environment, circumstances, and things around us shine brighter and vibrate higher, which is evolution, it is enlightenment, it is vibrational resonance, it's law of attraction, and it's karma. They're all the same thing, it's all connected. So this video here today is to guide you at the moment to take back your energy, to take back your power, and to use your thoughts for abundantly prosperous, abundantly healthy, and abundantly joyful health, wealth, and happiness. Greater, highest goods for the highest purpose, for the highest number of people. Stop feeding into fear and start feeding into love. Two different polarities. As I said, you're back at 0 point now. You're back at that middle point. Where you place your energy right now, you planting those seeds, this storm is going to end very soon. If you become the peace within the eye of the storm, when the storm's gone, you are the peace. I think that's all I've got to say on this subject today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do like, share, if this resonates with you. And I love you all. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Namaste.